Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to remind you both to protect yourself and obey my commands. God bless you both. Touch up now.
Emanuel Navarrete won the world title on December 8th of 2018. He did so with a unanimous decision win against Isaac Dogpay, and he did it on a big stage. A real hardened fight. He gets after it. This is a guy who had a rare 4-week turnaround for a world championship with his attitude of wanting to be in there and simply.
Yeah, Navarrete likes to get you with volume. The fights are tougher. You don't need to be fighting 3 and 4 times a year, unless you've not taken punishment in those fights. But in most cases, when you're fighting at the highest level, 2, maybe 3 times a year is probably the right antidote.
The rematch with Dogpay came in May of 2019, and he also roughed him up down the stretch of that fight to the point where he scored a TKO.
Well, the outcome wasn't nice.
No, the outcome was brutal for Dogpay. World champions.
Santisima is also a guy who he's yet to find his range, so he hasn't thrown very many punches at this point.
He said he wants to knock out Navarrete.
He's got to get to him first.
To continue on stage and after the scale with the barbs that were thrown.
I guess that was the alternative, since they couldn't really see each other face to face.
Goes on the gamesmanship between Wilder and Fury for now round number 2 of this WBO 122-pound championship fight. Santisima in the darker trunks, the challenger. .29% connect percentage for Navarrete.
I think Navarrete is fighting the right game plan right now. He's very, very aggressive, so you got to touch a guy like that. You have to give him subtle movements, and Navarrete is doing that right now. He's being very patient.
There's Santisima as he was able to land that right hand, and Navarrete covered up, and he comes forward with a 3-punch combination, including that left uppercut.
The left uppercut, but really throw a right hand.
And Navarrete doesn't have to really go looking for Santisima. Santisima is coming after him.
Start to see in the background there the crowd filling in here at the Grand Garden Arena. Show you all the celebrities as they make their entrance a little later on prior to the heavyweight championship fight. Navarrete with the jab here. Closing moments of round 2. Who invited Tyson to come over. That's when Manny Stewart was still in his prime prior to his illness. They spent time together with Sugar Hill Stewart, who now trains Tyson Fury, with Gronk, and that is what he did. So Sugar Hill Stewart and Andy Lee will be in the corner of Tyson tonight. By the way, a great fighter back in the day, both as an amateur and as a pro, and he has been a critical part of the success of Deontay Wilder, along with his longtime trainer from there in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, J.D.'s. That has been an unbreakable bond for years. Round number 3. Body punches, he's been able to land 14%.
He shows you one thing, and he does another. You think he's throwing the left, he throws the right. The next thing you know, you're in a shootout with him, and then he's back on the outside using his reach. I love what he's doing. I don't think he gets enough credit for his nuance, for his skill, and for his boxing IQ.
Yeah, and he's throwing these punches at distance. He's not going in real close to throw these uppercuts. He's throwing these uppercuts from far.
And that's really a no-no.
Usually guys come back with a good right hand after a guy throws an uppercut, but it's not easy to hit Navarrete with a right hand.
The combination here at the end of round number 3. Another left hand from Navarrete. Trying to target the right hand, and he does. Special night here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Bob Arum in Top Rank Boxing making that announcement to saying, make this fight. And look at what the embraced response has been by the buying public. That is the live gate in the coming days, but it is going to be north of 17 million just inside the arena alone.
That's great news. Although they broke
You happy about that?
Although they broke my record,
You happy about that?
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Hey, Lennox
it
Lewis, you
shows
are
great
connected.
promotion and social media.
Lennox, you are connected with history every which way because your fight against Evander Holyfield that had the record for live gate.
So, there you go.
Well, you had some of the greatest, and we're happy to have you here ringside on our broadcast team. Considered the heavyweight champion tonight, who will remain undefeated between Wilder and Fury. On the wrap on that right hand, Andy Lee, who was monitoring the wrapping of Wilder's right hand for Team Fury.
Whoa.
No objection, and look at Santisima as he comes forward here in round 4 against the world champion Navarrete, who is ready to respond.
So it's like I said, now you're in a shootout all of a sudden. So you see Navarrete boxing and using his skill, and all of a sudden you're in a shootout. It's hard to get mentally settled when you're facing.
Well, it gets Navarrete's attention at least.
What you see is one guy in Santisima who does one thing well. If he's in place and he has you right there, he throws good shots with both hands. And then you see Navarrete who does multiple things good. I'm going to take the guy who has more tricks up his sleeve and more tools in the toolbox.
Santisima willing to dip and go to the body, but what does he do? He eats more return fire from Navarrete.
And Navarrete is showing these nuances in his skill because he stays busy, Joe. He's an active fighter, so you have no choice but to get better when you're active.
Threw over 85 punches in this round alone, did the champion Navarrete. Here's Santisima coming up. Yeah, he gets him right in the neck and the side of the head.
Clean
So
shot.
by far, Joe Tessitore, Andre Ward, Lennox Lewis with you ringside. We will take it all the way through the evening to Wilder and Fury. And thrilled to have Kate Abdo and Mark Kriegel providing commentary. And our unofficial scorer ringside is Larry Hazard Sr., who has this 39-37 in favor of the champion Navarrete. Now Mark Breland is working on the left hand of Deontay Wilder. The left hand that many say needs to be in use more. If the jab could be a far more effective tool for Deontay Wilder, perhaps a more fully evolved and effective fighter. But when you have the greatest single weapon in boxing, oh boy, do you like to use it. And that is the right hand and that power.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, Deontay's got a great right hand. Everybody's looking for that right hand, but I know there's a left hook in there. There's an uppercut in there that, you know, a lot of people don't know about. And I'm sure that he wants to bring that out in this fight.
So as Wilder gets wrapped, Tyson Fury sits back and is still relaxing, flanked by his wife Paris and his family, his brothers.
Hands free. Let him go.
Watching along, see if Emanuel Navarrete can come up with another title defense here. Santisima did have his moments in the last round, but it's been the constant work rate of Navarrete that has been controlling the action as he lunges ahead with a series of right hands. Turns southpaw for a moment. That is not a knockdown there. 375 punches. And now he's landed 120. Opened up that time, and filling the spot was a left hook from the Filipino Santisima, and it doesn't even stop Navarrete at all. He just keeps punching. Wide-ranging right hand, and now Navarrete is on the attack here in round number 5. He is backing up Santisima. Navarrete clubbing, touching him time and again. Left uppercut, right uppercut, body shot comes in.
Look for that left hook to the body. Santisima has taken the headshots pretty well, but the shot he hasn't taken well is the left hook to the liver from Navarrete.
This is great work rate here of the volume punching attack and the aggression of Emanuel Navarrete. He is a fan-friendly fighter, and now wrapping up is Santisima. This has been a dominating 5th round from Emanuel Navarrete. So after that big round, let's see what Navarrete offers up here. Round number 6 of our world title fight.
Santisima is still trying to recover from what happened the last round, so he's not taking advantage from the left hook to the body.
I think it's going to be, and they're getting through.
It's a right hand from Navarrete. They're trying to get over the top there. Comes to the inside. Santisima tried to time something, and now Santisima goes to the body, and there's a left hook upstairs.
Navarrete is a veteran. He fights when he wants to fight and still win that round with throwing minimal punches and taking minimal punishment.
Just like he's doing in this round, doing the same thing. He was definitely winded in the last round.
Navarrete would be a good case study for Fundora. Tall guy, clearly not as tall, but a guy who knows how to use his range, but also knows when to go inside when he has the advantage.
Deontay Wilder being stretched out now in his locker room. Meanwhile, Fury's walking around with a crown on his head. I think they're going through which crown do you prefer?
He's in street clothes. Is he going to get
It's incredible. One guy is already have his hands
fully worn, so I always made sure I was ready ahead of time and with time to spare.
Well, as somebody who travels the world with you week in and week out covering boxing, I'm well aware of how you like to be prepared well in advance, Andre Ward. A guy who was the heavyweight champion of the world and the guy who retired undefeated as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Lennox, who is 122-pound championship with Emanuel Navarrete, who has been among the most active world. Overall, he's out-connected Santisima 164-42, including 124 power punches. The best work coming in round number 5 when he had 47 connects. There's a 1-2 from the champ.
Well, this slot on this card, Joe, was not even Navarrete's initially. It was Gilberto Ramirez.
He walks into the room. Lennox, I saw your eyes go up. He was chewing on ice cubes. That's all he was eating for about a day and a half, just chewing on ice cubes at 122 pounds.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, you got to fight the weight that you're comfortable at. And if he's not comfortable there, if it's hard for him to make weight, go up.
Then he stretches it one more. That's
the difference is now is his team, his management is saying that. And then you look at the featherweight division and you consider some of the big names there and a guy who has the frame.
Also a sharp dresser.
Is he ever? Coming to the end of round number 7, and that affords us the opportunity to go up to Brian Kenny and the guys.
And Tyson Fury has that Ali personality. He's an extrovert. He's a showman. He's enjoying himself. These guys are authentic characters. This is who they are.
Deontay Wilder is a fascinating personality. You'll hear that roar of Bomb Squad a little later on. Any current champion. Pacquiao with 39. Canelo has 36. Here we are in round number 8. Larry Hazard Sr. has it 59-55 in favor of Emanuel Navarrete, looking for another title defense. He has been dominating the action so far, with the exception of round number 4 when we saw Santisima land that left hook.
Not to take away from this fight, Joe, but the more that this arena starts to fill up, you start to feel the suspense and the anticipation of the main event.
Score there. You're absolutely right, Dre. You can sense it, and you can sense it tonight prior to the main event to celebrate the great legacy. And Andre Ward ringside with us here.
I think Navarrete needs to get back to hitting the body of Santisima. That's when he's had his best success, or at least visibly. He's hurt Santisima with headshots, but the left hooks to the body are that's what's jumped out at me the most, and I think he needs to get back there to try to get this stoppage win tonight.
Well, he also has to watch out.
End of 8.
Well, I used to not allow a camera in my dressing room. I didn't want people to know what I was up to.
By a sparring partner, there may be a day, most days should be in your favor, but that's not really, I don't want to say out of Camp Fury, but just swirling about the cut and maybe not training properly because of the cut and having to, let sparring partners only hit the body. He's keeping Deontay Wilder guessing. What you don't know, you have to wonder about. So I think it's a great strategy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to turn it on and turn it off. And then if you're in there sparring, obviously you're working on certain stuff that you don't want to make the other team aware of. So I understand that completely.
Nothing wrong with what Tyson Fury did for this training camp. I said Navarrete was taking a round off maybe 2 or 3 rounds ago, but I think he's taken off the last 2 or 3 rounds. I think he needs to get back to what was working, the jab, the combinations to the head with the hard shots to the body. Because Santisima has basically conceded to do whatever it is that Navarrete wants to do.
Navarrete and
seamlessly.
He does. On the attack, if it's there, he'll take it. He has no problem with making that transition orthodox to southpaw in motion based on how the punches are coming.
Santisima's, he's receiving these shots, he's blocking them, but he's not answering. He's not coming back with his own shots, which he should.
Yeah, if Santisima's going to have a shot, he's got to let his hands go.
Big night here in Vegas, our first world title fight. We have the heavyweight eliminator and then the big one, Wilder Fury, which means all the celebrities will be coming out. And believe it or not, many have arrived early here to the MGM Grand Garden Arena.
Got scissors ready?
That includes...
And Joe, speaking of hand wraps, if you see Navarrete shaking that right hand, it's not particularly injured.
Yeah, I've never heard of a wrap being too loose. I've certainly heard of a wrap being too tight.
Yes.
This is the first for me.
Yeah, I mean, if the wrap's too tight.
This wrap is. And now you see him going southpaw. So the right hand is now his lead jab hand. As he turns southpaw, goes back to orthodox, of course, and gets a combination. But he has been switching stances a bit here.
Yeah,
and now a combination on the inside. And you can see the tape is actually loose on Santisima. Some good work here in round number 10 by Navarrete.
He needs to finish to the body. Headshots are good, but he needs to finish downstairs with that left hook to the body, just like that.
Look at this attack by Navarrete, and every so often Santisima is trying to place a punch between punches, but it has been a tidal wave of offense here in round number 10 all of a sudden from Navarrete.
And I say that because Santisima can take a good headshot. Sometimes guys can take it to the head all night long, but sometimes they can't take it to the body. The only shot that Santisima reacts from is the left hook to the liver.
You're right, and it's affected him.
That was a desperate right hand from Santisima right there.
That was a big 10th round from Navarrete.
Let's go.
The report that was given to Bernardo as soon as that it's an issue with the wrap, but perhaps they're not giving it fully here, and perhaps there is an injury, but clearly affected.
Yeah, I mean, to your point last round, to feel a wrap loose, and again, I've never heard of this. I normally hear about a wrap being too tight, but either way, it's something that's not right. It's annoying. So loose where it's not protecting his hand anymore. He needs to lock in, like I said, and find a way around it. Good body shot right there from Santisima.
There have been times where Santisima has found just enough of a crevice between punches, and now he tries to come over the top with the right hand, just missed there. That was blocked away from Navarrete. Santisima willing here in round number 11. And look at Navarrete now with his elbow up on the top rope before he comes out. See Santisima affected. You can tell.
Yeah.
And there's a headshot. Santisima, he is compromised here in round number 11. Navarrete on the charge. Trying to place a short uppercut on the inside. Combination punching upstairs. Uppercut, body shot came in with a left hand. Runs to him to close the gap. Can he close the show here in style? Round number 11. Trying to defend his title one more time. Santisima's so game. He actually ducked through the blue and white rope for a moment there. Strafing attack to the head. Coming down and wrapping up as Santisima, but he can't hold back from the Mexican world champion.
And the referee is very close to the...
And now tying up so awkwardly, clearly damaged is Santisima. Can Navarrete finish things off here in round number 11? Russell Morris giving it a look. There it is. TKO victory. Emanuel Navarrete.
Yeah, the ref was really close to it. He was looking to see what was going on. And I knew he was going to step in and close.